Hello, Facebook. Nice to see you. This is Jennifer Morris here, and this is my lovely friend Brianne. And we are coming to you live from this beautiful kitchen. This is Brianne's kitchen, and I decided to change the scenery up a little bit from my regular kitchen. And today, guys, we're talking about bone broth and why it's so important to drink bone broth. And more importantly, why it's so important to use the Prüvit Better Broth. And we're also going to try a brand new flavor of the Better Broth known as French onion, which I happened to grab a package of when I was in the Bahamas. Lucky me.
That's why she's so tanned.
That's why I'm tanned, yeah. So for those of you that have never heard of why you should drink bone broth, we're going to go through that. But we're going to do the tasting first. We're actually going to get Drew, Bree's husband, around as well. So we have 3 different opinions. I've had a little sip of this when I was in Bahamas. It wasn't very hot, so it was kind of hard to say hi, Drew. You're going to have to duck down. Yeah. Hi. So Drew is Superman. You're not wearing your Superman shirt anymore that you were wearing when you were working out. I was so disappointing. Anyway,
it's stinky.
It's stinky. Okay, so do you have a pair of scissors?
Yeah.
So we're going to cut this because I want to save this package because it's the only one I have right now.
There you go.
So we boiled some water, and I'm just cutting open the package because I want it to be all pretty for later so I can use it for pictures and stuff. Normally you can just rip it open. It's really easy. And I'm going to mix this in my amazing little broth cup that I was given. So I'm going to dump it in here. Okay, let's get the first reaction.
I don't smell onion.
You don't smell onion?
No.
No?
No.
It reminds me so much of just like Lipton's cup of soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's add that water in, right? So we're going to add some water and we're going to stir it up.
Do you have to lift this or does it just come out?
I think you have to lift it.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be hot.
Oh.
How much do you want in here?
Let's fill it all the way up.
Okay.
Apparently she doesn't drink a lot of tea.
Stir it up.
We might need a nice
It actually looks like Lipton cup of soup too. It's, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to just move the comments so that we can actually see what's going on. So guys, if you're watching this, please feel free to comment. For the first 5 people that comment with French onion in the comments, I will send you a package to try once it's available to order, which should be any day now. Okay, so now we got to transfer this to, this is Drew's Superman cup. Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay, if it spills, it spills.
Okay, there's Drew's. It's really hot, as you can see, it's really steamy.
There's ice cubes there.
Where's the ice cubes?
Right there on the counter.
Oh, we can put some ice cubes in it to
we're
cool
gonna
it
put
down.
ice
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I'm good now.
Yeah, grab another one. Perfect.
I don't mind hot. Hot's good. Okay, so I'm gonna try. You guys try, and then we'll kind of like without
try
giving it away.
Do you want an ice cube? It's pretty hot.
Okay, here,
There you go.
stir it.
There you go. So don't
Okay,
give your
Superman.
opinion yet.
Don't give your opinion. We're just trying it.
I can pretend I'm trying it.
Okay, Drew, you go first.
I'm not ready. You can't put me on the spot like that. Hold on.
That noise.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like it.
It's subtle. Like it's not strong or overpowering. It's just very subtle.
What does it remind you of, Drew?
Reminds me of chicken noodle soup.
Like exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Liptons.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you could drink this alone, just like this, as a snack, or you could add like gluten-free noodles or those, you know what, those carb-free noodles that they have?
Yeah.
That are made out of like, I don't know how they make them, but anyway. So, that are made out of styrofoam, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really like it. I'm going to let mine cool down because it's really, really hot. And So guys, you know, a lot of people don't really get why you would want bone broth. If you are a bone broth drinker, just give me a thumbs up in the comment. comments. And like personally, I make my own bone broth, or I have made my own bone broth in the past. And to make it is really actually a lengthy process. First you have to find good bones. That's hard these days. Bone broth is becoming more and more popular, so it's really hard to get bones these days, and the price is being jacked up on it because it is so popular, because so many people are using bone broth to heal themselves. It's actually like a really therapeutic thing, and I'll explain why. So normally you would have to take these bones, and you could use chicken bones, beef bones, any kind of animal bones, and you roast them, and then your dog is playing with a squeaky toy. And then you have to like take those bones, put them in your slow cooker, pour some apple cider vinegar to start the process of extracting the collagen, which is why most people drink bone broth. And then you have to like let that sit in your slow cooker on low heat for literally like 72 hours to pull out enough collagen. So like it's like 3 days to make. Not
That's
good.
a long
How long
time.
did this take us? Like 2 minutes, right?
2 seconds.
2 minutes. Boil the water, dump your package in, and away you go. So have you guys don't drink bone broth on a regular basis, no?
No.
Okay. Do you think it's something that you might start doing, or?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
easy to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to do.
So why do we want to drink bone broth? Well, there's a lot of reasons. I'll explain like bone broth in general, and then we'll talk about the Better Bone Broth from Prüvit and why you might want to think about getting this in your body. So bone broth has an incredible high amount of collagen in it, and collagen is one of the most important types of protein that we need to be able to have nice hair, nice skin, nice nails, have our joints functioning properly, our tendons, our ligaments, as well as our gut. So that is the main reason that we would want to have all that collagen from the bones. The second reason that people drink bone broth is for the electrolytes. So those are in there naturally being extracted from the meat and the bone, as well as we add a lot of pink Himalayan salt. You have your pink salt handy, right? Yep. So if you guys are not using pink Himalayan salt regularly in your diet, you might want to get some. This one's just the Kirkland brand from Costco. You can also use real salt, but definitely not your Sifto table salt. So that would be something that you would add in, which is going to give you electrolytes from that salt. So those are the two things in bone broth if you were to make it yourself. The cool thing with the Prüvit product is that it's called Better Broth for a reason. Do you know why it's better?
No, I don't.
Okay, so we're
I
learning.
learn.
We're all learning. So there's some ingredients in here that are super important. I'm just going to look at my notes so I don't forget to tell you all this stuff. So we have, first of all, there's ketones in this. It's a lesser amount of ketones than you're going to find in any of the Max or the Nat products that we currently have. But the type of ketone in this French onion and all the other flavors of bone broth is what we call the R salts. And these are the most bioidentical, bioavailable ketones that you can put in your body. So your body cells, your mitochondria, actually recognize those ketones as if they were your own ketones. So you can't tell the difference. The body cannot tell the difference. So there's about a half of what you would find in Keto Max or Keto Nat in the bone broth. The second big thing that we have in the bone broth is electrolytes. So we have calcium, potassium, and sodium added in the exact ratio that you need to help balance out your electrolytes, especially when you're in ketosis. Other ingredients, there's also vitamin B6 and vitamin B12, super important for your health, for energy, for all sorts of cellular function. We also have fermented leucine. And so leucine is an amino acid, guys, that is, found in protein in general. Amino acids are building blocks of protein. You guys are just standing there. Do you want to say anything?
No, this is good. We're learning.
You're learning. So stop me if you have questions.
Yeah.
Because I have the comments off, so I can't see their questions. So fermented leucine is important. It's fermented, and it's important that it is fermented for a reason. Because a lot of amino acids that are added into anything like protein shakes or amino acid supplements are from very questionable sources, like literally human hair and chicken feathers. Okay, this is not, I repeat, that's not what's in this. Oh. It's actually, yeah, I know. So if you're drinking an amino acid supplement, you might want to figure out what the source of those amino acids are, because believe me, Bree's freaking out. So anyway, we don't often talk about that, but the fact that the leucine in here, which is an amino acid, has been produced via a fermentation process means that it's actually a natural product that is not from any of those sources, okay? So high quality leucine. The other thing that's been added in here is something called type 2 collagen or collagen peptides. And this is like an upgraded formulation of collagen that when in conjunction with that leucine, it actually turns on something in your body that helps with muscle protein synthesis. Okay, this is something new I've just recently learned. So what I didn't know before I started learning more about this and researching and learning at the event I was just at with Prüvit is that a lot of people now are using bone broth, the Better Broth, for recovery from a workout. So as an athlete, we all work out. This would make an amazing post-workout recovery type of drink, especially like on a cold day if you went for like a long run or something. It'd be awesome to have this warm, right? And like on a cold day or a hot day, you could drink Drew's favorite, the salted caramel. I'm being sarcastic because it's actually, a lot of people don't like this flavor, but it's actually really good on ice mixed up as a slushie. And I use it actually in some cookie recipes like salted caramel, macadamia nut, chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, I think you'd eat those.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's other uses for the bone broth if you don't, want to have them just as a liquid. So yeah, the leucine and the collagen together work synergistically to help with protein, muscle protein synthesis in the body. And this is so important because we do not want to lose muscle, especially as we age. We want to gain or maintain muscle, and that is going to help do that. Those two together work amazing in conjunction together. The other cool thing that collagen does is that it really, really helps repair our skin, our tissues all in through the body, our joints, our ligaments, our hair, our nails. And I think what's most important actually is the gut wall lining, because the gut is literally at the root of, all of our health issues if we have any. Generally speaking, if you heal your gut, if you work on healing that, then you heal a lot of other things going on in your body, or you support the healing of other things going on in your body. So those are some of the main ingredients. There's 2 more ingredients I want to just quickly touch on. Are you guys bored yet?
No.
Okay.
We're learning lots.
Okay, just stop me if you're bored.
No.
So CMed 100, this used to be called AC11. CMed 100 is literally a anti-aging molecule that has been added into the broth. It's also in all of our ketone supplements now, all the Keto Max, all the Keto Nat. And what it does is it literally repairs our DNA. So your DNA right now, we're all standing here, or we're replicating our DNA. That's just happening. You don't even feel it. And what happens as we age is our DNA starts to get damaged. The ends of our DNA are called telomeres, and those telomeres start to shorten and unravel. And then instead of replicating nice, healthy DNA, we're replicating damaged DNA. And so that is actually what aging is. So what AC11 or CMed 100 as it's now called, what it does is it actually repairs our telomeres. So instead of replicating damaged DNA, we are actually replicating better DNA. And over time, what this does is it literally is like aging in reverse. I personally believe, and if you listen to the experts in the keto field, or the ketone supplementation field, they are saying that ketones and CMed 100 together, and the research is there to show this, is literally the best anti-aging supplement that we can take. And we all want to age well, at least I do.
Yeah.
Right. So, the combination of the collagen, the leucine, the AC11 or the CMed 100 all play a role in helping us age better, and longevity, and feeling good for a longer time. The last thing that I want to talk about is something called, an ingredient in here is hyaluronic acid. What the heck is hyaluronic acid?
It's a good question.
Okay, so hyaluronic acid is the fluid that is in your joint spaces. So if you think of like, my mother has actually had this done. She's actually had hyaluronic injections into her knees because what happens is the patella, which is on the kneecap, or the kneecap that's on the bone of the knee, there's fluid in between there, and what happens is that fluid starts to go away, and then the bone rubs on bone. Not a very pleasant situation. So like a lot of people have to get that injected to not be in pain, and it lasts about 6 months. We're actually drinking hyaluronic acid, which helps increase that fluid in our joint spaces. Super, super important, you know, especially to be more active. If you have joint pain, if you have like issues with that, this would definitely be an amazing, amazing supplement for that. I know athletically speaking, again, you know, for recovery, we do a lot of things. We do a lot of pounding. We're all doing CrossFit now. Drew and Bree are like long distance runners as well. I almost called you guys Brew. It's Bree plus Drew. So, you know, it's super important to make sure that you maintain your body, because like I want to be active for as long as possible. Like I can't even imagine not being able to work out. I think I'd be super miserable. So, you know, I want to be able to maintain that ability as long as I possibly can. So those are the ingredients. The, you know, the macro breakdown on this is 7 grams of protein and 1 gram of carbs, which is actually from sugar alcohol. So it really is like negative. It's not, doesn't even have any carbs. There's no fat in this at all. So you could hypothetically like add some MCT oil or whatever to it if you wanted, our MCT 143 product, for instance, if you wanted to, you know, up your fat a little bit. So yeah, guys, that's my review of the bone broth, the Better Broth from Prüvit. There's a lot more I could talk about into the science and all that, but stay tuned. There'll be a lot more coming out in the next couple days and weeks. And, you know, if you want more information, drop a comment below saying I want more info, send us a message. You can send a message to me, Bree, or, well, Drew won't know anything about it, but he'll help you. He'll give you a big smile and a wave. And, you know, if you want to try a package of the French onion broth, if we're one of the first 5 people to drop a comment that says French onion, then as soon as I get my other packages, because I only have this one, which we're now going to drink, I will send that out to you and I'll message you to get that. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say about the broth?
I learned a lot.
Did you learn a lot?
I did.
What was the most important thing you learned?
Well, just like about
anti-aging.
hello, like this is gonna take over the Botox world. No, just like about your joints, right? Like that going away and rubbing, and it's in here. So it seems silly to not drink it. Right? If it's giving you all of this anti-aging, it's giving you some ketones, it's giving you all of this great stuff, like why wouldn't you drink it?
Exactly.
The joint thing is nice because I've had a lot of injuries in my day, and I hope that it'll help with that.
Cool. And I was not aware of a lot of this stuff until I was educated a little bit more on it. And knowing all of this now, I'm going to add this into my regime treat it like almost like a supplement, but that actually like really tastes good.
Tastes like lunch.
Tastes like lunch, you know, and that's another good point. It's not just something that is part of, you know, those of you that are familiar with the Keto Reboot, this is something that you can buy separately that you can use as a supplement to your healthy lifestyle. So guys, hopefully that was helpful. The bone broth, the Better Broth comes in 4 flavors now. So the new French onion should be released any day. We have the salted caramel, Drew's favorite. And then we have the keto thyme, which is more like a stronger thyme flavor. It tastes literally like stuffing in a turkey. And then we don't have a package of the coconut curry, which is a very mild curry flavor. The coconut curry was my favorite before, but I think this one is now.
It's really subtle.
Yeah.
I do like how subtle it is.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys lending me your beautiful kitchen in your beautiful new house here in Bayfield. And yeah, any questions, just shoot us a message or comment below. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.